Hi. Well, yesterday I told you that I made a big mistake, that when I was becoming a solopreneur, I actually had requested that what we would do is we would go anywhere, we'd do anything as long as our bills were paid, right? And that was the big mistake, right? It took us a few years, but what we learned was that you need to know what you want. So here's what happened with Soulopreneur. It was December of 2019. Marilyn and I had been working together for about 9 years. And we were doing okay at this point. We weren't doing great. Our bills were always getting paid, but we never really had any extra. So instead, we started leaning into what we wanted, and here's what happened. Back then, our team was about 5 or 6 people. And surprising to all of us, 𝙿𝚊𝚛𝚝 said, next year, Soulopreneur will be the big company. Now, this was a huge surprise because Soulopreneur wasn't making maybe 10 or 15% of the revenue that 𝙿𝚊𝚛𝚝 and company was making. I hadn't really launched my programs. I was just doing some private coaching at that point, and it was pretty scattered. I was trying to still do 𝙿𝚊𝚛𝚝 and lean into Soulopreneur, the things that I wanted to do. But 𝙿𝚊𝚛𝚝 said everything was changed. So what I did was I thought, okay, this is it. I need to launch my classes. I want to launch a class on how to show people how to reinvent themselves like I did. But I also wanted to launch a class on how to get started. Once you know what you want to do, how do you get started? Because that's my essence, is divine action. So I took a class from somebody else because I believe in education. I believe in programs. I believe that I'm going to spend a few $1,000s to learn something. It just saved me months of time to get something up and running. So I learned how to get an online class up. Then what happened was COVID hit. And all of a sudden, all of our live events were being canceled. And our live events were also with Lee Carroll and Elon Cohen, 2 other presenters. And an email went around and it said that we were going to cancel this big event that we were all planning on in Sedona. And without even really thinking about it, I just hit reply all. I said, let's stream it. I had been streaming for years. It wasn't a big deal. The universe has a way of bringing people together when they're looking to create their next big step. Elon turned around and said, Joy's doing it. Lee said, okay, Joy, let's get it up and running. And the next thing I knew, we were doing Healing Wednesday, a weekly program. We had built a studio and Soulopreneur Productions was born. Now, here's the thing. For years, people were asking me to help them build websites and do marketing. And I never wanted to be a marketing agency. I never wanted to. I knew I wanted to help people, but I had been an agency before and that wasn't the path I wanted to go. I wanted to help people in a much, much bigger way. And Soulopreneur Productions built a platform. Now we help 52 people a year through Healing Wednesday. Now we have a new studio in Branson, Studio B, that I'll show you in a couple of days. And it just keeps expanding and expanding. So the key is to say yes, even when it makes no sense. Say yes, lean in, don't hesitate. Tomorrow, I will talk to you about what I do when I get stuck. Even still, I'll share with you where I go, what I do when I'm looking to break through something that is holding me back. I'll see you tomorrow.